Yeah, good evening, KCP. Yeah, good evening. All right. So that notwithstanding, this the others will be joining as we start. We're already 10. We can start the training, and then much later, those who are absent can now watch the replay. So I want us to go through. Last time we met, I did a leadership training that lasted for about I think 6 weeks, and in that leadership training, I reviewed all my teachings in that particular training, and I saw that I had already covered a significant portion of what has to do with wealth philosophy and wealth psychology. I think I summed it up in the last leadership meeting I did, either last Monday or 2 Mondays ago. But what I did was share the wealth philosophy and the wealth psychology, and my teachings focused heavily on the wealth mindset, ownership versus employment, systems thinking, influence and attention economics. I talked on branding and visibility. I also talked on the human psychology of fear and desire as a means of driving sales in any system you put together. I talked about strategic thinking. Then I talked about wealth preservation. I talked about legacy thinking, and also shared how to leverage a system for multiplication. But then in all this, what was now missing was the execution layer. And like I keep saying, I'm not a motivational or inspirational mentor. I actually teach you and show you step by step what to do, how I did it and got my result, so you can replicate same and result as well. So at this point, I know many people already think like the wealthy. By virtue of what I've taught you so far, the psychology of wealth, most of you already think like the wealthy. And some of you already own assets according to your own capacities, because not everybody here is struggling. Some of you have already made it in life. Some of you are directors. Some of you are managers in institutions. Some of you are chief in what you do, whether chief technologist, chief engineer, chief pharmacist, chief in the various cadre. Some of you have gone past level 15 civil service and all that. So that means you already own assets, but then you want to see how to increase those assets you own, and also how to do what we call wealth transfer to your children. Because like I keep saying, wealth transfer to children is not just about transferring properties and cars and money in the bank. No. If that's what you transfer to them, they will squander it all within 1 or 2 years, maximum 5 years, all where the wealth is gone. What you transfer to them is the knowledge that created that wealth, that built that empire, the vision and the mission, and then put it in them so that they imbibe it and now expand the empire instead of depleting the empire. Okay? And then some of you already know about building systems, or know that you need to build a system, or you need to plug into an already built system. But then the aspects you don't know, some of you don't know, is what I want to hammer on in this next 52 weeks is how to identify opportunities, how to build a profitable business, how to sell, how to recruit people into your system, how to lead teams, how to scale operations. Remember, how to invest to increase your assets, and then how to build generational wealth. Like I say, you can stumble into riches, or you can stumble into wealth. Wealth is built deliberately. So just as wealth is built deliberately, generational wealth is also built deliberately. Okay? So in other words, I've taught you the why. As a why people become wealthy. I've taught you the why. But now is the time to teach you the how. Because the why and the how are two different things. Okay? So the why laid the foundation. Now we'll move to the how. And so for this, I created this Wealth Creators Mastery program. Anything you don't master, you cannot sustain. So that is why I made it a 52-week leadership and wealth creation journey. And the theme, which I'll be tackling on this whole 52 weeks, is from survival to significance. There's something you need to understand that is the common denominator between all humanity and God Almighty. You must understand one thing. There's just one aspect. That aspect is very simple. Remembrance. Do you know why God gave us all the laws? Why God created good and evil? Why God created darkness and light? Why God did all he did on earth, showed all his mighty works to Israel, did everything he did all sorts of miracles, sent his son Jesus to continue for where he stopped. All this thing is all about remembrance. Do you understand? That means God wants you to remember him. Surprisingly, the fact is that any deity that stops being remembered or stops being recognized just dies. That's the truth. All the deities we had in Africa before the advent of the white man into Africa, and before Christianity, Islam, any other religion that came to us, notice how all of them are gone. That means both the religion, those who worship the religion, the priests of the religion, the priestess of those religions, whatever you call it, anything, that they all just disappeared. That means they just died naturally. That's how God made the universe. Anything that stops being remembered just dies. If we decide to forget Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's a matter of time, it will die. From creation, if you go to Genesis, you won't see Monday, Tuesday there. You will see day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. There was no name to the days. You will see the month, new moon, month 1, month 2, month 3. The months had no name. Then gradually, the Roman calendar brought in, I don't know what calendar preceded the Roman calendar, but I think the Hebrew calendar started first, where you now had the Abib, various months, right? Very good. Now, the Roman calendar came, gave us Sunday to Saturday, gave us January to December. Believe you me, if we decide tomorrow, if another calendar comes up, maybe America brings out another calendar, maybe as a world power, and we forget one Sunday to Monday, Sunday to Saturday, and forget January to December, that too will also die. So for us as human beings, one thing we all crave for is significance, to the point that when we leave this earth, we don't just die. That means we can die physically in our body, but our legacy, our name, you do something significant that the world, those who come after you, will know that somebody like you came to this world. That is the beauty of what this internet has brought into our time that those before us did not have. Men in the old had to go to war, had to go for campaigns, had to go for crusade, do great and mighty things through war and fighting, so that a name can outlast. That means remember Jesus as Savior today because of the work he did when he was on earth. So 3,000, 4,000 down the line, we still remember him. The Muslims remember Prophet Muhammad today because of the works he did in his own time that transcended the centuries till now. The Buddhists, every religion remembers their own. So the internet has made so that you and I can also be remembered 3,000 years, 4,000 years down the line by virtue of what we have done when we are on earth. And the easiest way to do it, before you had to build an empire. Today, remember Coca-Cola. Today, remember Arthur Guinness. Today, remember Steve Jobs based on Apple. So it is, people are remembered based on the work they have done. So the internet has given us a great opportunity to do things that can be remembered. These things we post on social media. That's why I tell people, don't joke with what you post on social media. It will remain there forever, till eternity. You cannot wipe it. From internet, we are going to blockchain. From blockchain, anything that comes up, we keep coming up. The way we are reading about Alexander the Great. Do you know when Alexander the Great conquered the world? Then we still read about him today. Do you know Julius Caesar in the Roman Empire? How many years ago? We are still reading about him today. Then there was no internet. That time, news goes from mouth to mouth through scrolls. scrolls that were preserved with difficulty till now. Do you know how many years the Bible has stayed to today? Do you know how many years the Quran has stayed to today? Do you know how many years other religious books were preserved to get to today? But today, record can be preserved without much effort through the internet. So everything you post on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your YouTube, they are for eternity. Your children, great-grandchildren, people yet unborn, the next 100 years, the next 1,000 years, the next 3,000 years. So 3,000 years from now, what do you want to remember for? Do you understand? That's why I'm focusing on from survival to significance. At this point, you are still surviving. Not your fault, but Nigeria has made it so. Now you move from survival until you become significant, you become a name known. You don't need to be a celebrity to be significant. Once you have excelled in any particular field enough to be recognized, you have become significant. Now I want to put you through the process of gaining significance through building wealth, through leadership, through systems, and then three of them put together becomes a legacy. So in the first quarter of this my training, I termed it building the wealth creator. You're a wealth creator, but you don't know it yet. Some of you don't know it yet. Some of you don't know how to harness the platforms and resources around you to make this happen. And so I have done a couple of mindset training for you before now, but now I want to turn it around now. Now, I want to now give you the builder's mindset. There's a general mindset everybody has, but then there's a builder's mindset, a new consciousness I want to bring to you. So you can see how powerful the power you have around the fact that you were born in this age and time. All of you count yourselves lucky you were born in this age and time. It is this age and time that the world has made the fastest millionaires. Before, to be a millionaire, you can't be less than 50-something years of age. Now we have millionaires at as little as 11 years, 12 years, 15 years, 16 years, 18 millionaires. I'm telling you, millionaires. You can go from being broke to being a millionaire in 1 year if you know what you are doing. But then, can you sustain it? Answer is no. Because there's a process. You wouldn't have learned all it takes to sustain it. But you can make more. That means you can just put up a YouTube channel today, create one video, suddenly it goes viral. Next thing, you are raking in payments left, right, center. What does that to me be a millionaire? If you make $1,000 on YouTube, you're not a millionaire. If you make $1,000 on Facebook or even on TikTok, TikTok is even fastest. People come to TikTok, just shake their hip, tweak. Next thing, some just come to TikTok or whatever, or social media, use nudity, break up views. Next the money is coming in, you know. So that's not the kind of million I'm talking about. I'm talking about being a millionaire in dollars, not in naira. Now, what this kind of system you're going to put together to be able to achieve that is not something you can do without immersing yourself in knowledge, because it is only what you know that gives you an edge over the next person. And then it's what you know that will help you solve a problem that will bring you into the millions. And then the bigger the problem you solve for a greater number of individuals on earth, the more the money will flow. So when you see Elon Musk and the kind of money he has, because Elon Musk has solved problems for billions of people. Do you understand? You can see on the Starlink alone. Starlink is offering internet globally. The Tesla he's doing now, Tesla is servicing the whole world as the builder of the best electric cars that China is copying from him with their BYD. You see the Twitter, which is the X he bought over. X already has, he bought it for about 42 to 44 billion dollars. Now, what X as a means to reach out to billions of individuals. Do you understand? So that's what happens. Look at Uber. What did he solve? He solved taxi problem for people globally. And that's what's bringing the money for him. What did Facebook solve? Facebook simply solved ability to communicate with each other on social media. So he has about 4 billion people on his platform. So 3.something billion on his platform. And that's how well he is. So in this case now, what problem do you intend to solve that will put you on that mark? On that map. That is it. Sorry, I forgot to pin my screen. I think I've just pinned it now. And it was showing some other person all this while. Okay? All right. Hold on. Okay. So, hope they're following now. Sorry, I would have pinned this all the while. I don't know. It was showing me some other person. Okay? All right. So, these are the things you need to understand to be able to play in the current realities of our time. Now, let's take it now. First of all, you will ask the question, why creators become wealthy while consumers remain poor? Why is it so? Why is it so? Why do creators become wealthy while consumers remain poor? It's all about the builder's mindset. So I've brought this into the Answer Wealth Creator Leadership Series as a means of sharing this thought process with you so you can begin to think like a builder now. Not just thinking about wealth, but think like a builder. Most people spend their lives consuming. Only a few spend their lives creating. Consumers spend money, but builders create value. I'm showing the differences now. Consumers wait for opportunities, whereas builders create opportunities. Consumers ask, what can I get? Whereas builders ask, what can I build? Are you seeing the difference in mindset? Now, the difference between poverty and wealth is often not intelligence or education or law. It's just a difference in mindset.
Yeah.
Why? Because a builder looks at the same world everyone sees and asks this question: how can I solve a problem? How can I create a value and then get rewarded for it? Take note, reward, not earn, not create solve a problem, create value and earn from it. No, get rewarded. When you go to a job and work, you earn, you get paid, so you earn. But when you solve a problem through a value created, you get rewarded. What's the difference between earning and reward? Now, in earning, some other person determine the monetary value of the value you have created. That means you can put in work for 1,000 and somebody decides to pay you 100 naira because that's the value that the employer has placed on that work, not minding the value you've created. But reward means you are getting equal or commensurate value as a monetary compensation or reward for the value created. Which means the higher the value created or the higher the problem solved, the higher the rewards. All right? So that question changes everything. That question, how can I solve a problem, create a value, and get rewarded for it, changes everything. Now, by the end of today's training, look at the objective I want to attain with you all. By the end of today's training, you'll be able to understand the difference between a consumer mindset and a builder's mindset. Be able to identify opportunities around you. Be able to learn how wealth is created practically. Be able to begin developing habits of creators and business owners, and then you'll be able to create a personal wealth building action plan. Okay? These are the things you'll be able to do by the time I'm done with this class. Now, I want you to just, have your writing materials, have your things with you. If you, anywhere you get, if you have questions along the line, okay, just keep them, write them down and keep them there. And when we are done with the class, I'm going to give room for everybody to ask their questions. before we wrap up, okay? But please don't get distracted. I'm about to enter into the crux of this training. So part one, understanding the consumer mindset, because you cannot change what you don't understand. So a consumer's focus is on spending. Take note, a consumer, the person's focus is on spending. They consume whatever they see themselves. That's why I said Nigeria is a country of 240-something million consumers in one geographical space. That's why the whole world is looking for Nigeria. We're a big market. Anything that enters the Nigerian market, you're good as you run into millions on it. Okay? So Nigerians who have or anybody who has the consumer mindset, when they enter social media, they go there to consume. When they go into entertainment, they go there to consume. They go into any gossip media, they go there to consume. That means to buy. It's not just consumption. Buy. They go into fashion, the fashion business, they go there to consume. Buy Gucci bag, buy Fendi, Chanel, just buy, right? They go into trends. What they are chasing in trends is the latest consumerism in trends. That means we are driving a Toyota, maybe Land Cruiser, and it's the 2023 model. Next, they're looking for the 2024 model, 2025 model, 2026 model. Then they're telling you that 2027 is on the way out. You already kept your money to buy 2027 model. You understand? So when you chase trend based on consumption. And then you are busy with other people's content on social media. You don't create yours, you don't generate yours. Now, there's nothing wrong with consuming, no. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with consuming. The problem begins when consumption exceeds creation. Do you understand? If you consume more than you create, you are now in a net deficit. So many people spend 5 hours watching videos, 3 hours chatting, 2 hours scrolling. Yet they spend 0 minutes building, as in training themselves. You see this training you are attending now, it means a whole lot. Many people cannot sit down in a training room like you are sitting down now to listen to me for 1 hour, 2 hours to develop yourself. Self-development is the most important investment in anybody's life who must create or build or retain wealth. Because you must become that person who can handle that money, because before that money comes your way. So these people they spend 0 minutes selling, they spend 0 minutes learning skills, they spend 0 minutes creating value. Now, what's the result? They become experts in other people's success while remaining spectators in their own lives. You touch the person, he can tell you all about Messi, tell you all about C. Ronaldo, tell you all about any player you talk about, tell you all about Elon Musk, tell you all about Mr. Beast, tell you all about Toke Makenwa, tell you all about anybody that is trending anywhere. They know the latest gist in town. They know about everybody. They can tell you about people's successes. Tell you, call the name they know. But then in their own lives, they are just spectators watching their life waste away. Do you understand? Let me give you a practical example to understand what I'm talking about. Remember, builder's mindset now. I'm not talking about wealth mindset training. I'm talking about the builder's mindset now. And we're starting with consumer's mindset. So I can do a mindset shift for you. Now, an example, 2 friends receive 50,000 naira. Okay? Now, person A goes use the money to buy clothes, upgrades their phone accessories, takes himself out, eats out, maybe with his girlfriend, with anybody, his wife, anybody, eats out, and then ends up with 0 naira. Now, person B will receive 50,000 and it's just a neighbor. Buys internet subscription for 50,000, learns a skill online, then with that skill runs Facebook ads or Instagram ads or YouTube ads, then markets a product either through affiliate marketing or just distributorship, buying and selling, and then creates content to drive eyes and attention to what he or she is selling with the same 50,000. Now, 6 months later, what will be the difference? One has memories. The other has an income stream. Can you see the difference? Is not money. The difference was in the mindset. Because one was a consumer. One approached the 50,000 with a consumer mindset and ended up with memories. Have you ever heard somebody say, if it was when I had money, try. If it was 5 years ago, if it was during Jonathan's regime, if it was when I was in US, that kind of story. The person has memories. Do you understand? The person just has memories. Those who created systems, who did things, will be telling you in the current what they are doing and what they intend to do, not what they have, not what is past. Do you understand? That's why I'm always talking about the present and the future. I don't live in my past. The past is gone. The past is just where you go to learn lessons, as in to kind of recalibrate, but not dwelling there. Anything that was, in fact, I should be able to do more now than what I did in the past if I have been improving myself, developing myself. So if you see yourself where your past was your best life, you really have a challenge. Your best life should be in the present. And then based on the present, the future as well. Because the 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 you are doing today should add up to 10 to 100 to 1,000 tomorrow. So if you see yourself telling your story in your past as if your past was your best time in your life, then you have a challenge. That means you have a consumerism mindset. Okay? So understanding the builder's mindset, it makes you think differently like a builder. When builders see problem, they see opportunity. I told you after this training, you're able to identify opportunities. So those of you say, I don't want problem, I don't want problem. You're simply saying, I don't want opportunity, I don't want money, I don't want wealth. All right? So when others complain, builders create solutions. Because builders keep asking, what can I solve? What can I improve? What can I sell? What can I teach? What can I automate? What can I own? Because builders understand that wealth follows value, not wishes, not prayers alone, not luck. It follows value. So when you go to your crossover nights, your breakthrough nights, your miracle night of miracle and wonders, and the night of financial breakthroughs, it doesn't stop there. It's not about prayer. It's after the prayer, would you go and create a commensurate value that can make that prayer come true? When the pastor says, I see some of you making 1 billion this year, you will shout amen. It doesn't mean you not make the 1 billion. You can only make that 1 billion if you go and create value equivalent to 1 billion that year. If you don't create that value equivalent to 1 billion that year, it will pass you by. All right? Now, the builder's formula is simple. Everywhere you see a builder, once he sees a problem, what enters his head in the formula is plug in solution, plug in value equals to income. As simple as that. They jam a problem. What solution can I plug in? What value can I create around that solution to provide that solution to that problem? And next thing, the world starts coming. Now, the bigger the problem you solve, the greater the income you can earn. For example, in Nigeria alone, where we all are, Nigeria, I'm not talking about abroad. I told you I'll be practical in my trainings. In Nigeria, people have problems in various segments. In the health sector, in the finance sector, in the skill acquisition sector, everywhere in relationships, people make money just being relationship coach, as in help marriages last, or helping improve communication for married couples or those in relationships. It's a big industry. People have problems in governance, profiling solutions. Traders have problems in cross-border money transfers. Do you understand? People have different kinds of problems. Even as we speak now, people have even income problem, lack of income. People are working. I just saw a news today. They said there's a problem with the let me just pick it up from my phone. And I started laughing, but it's not what to laugh about. But let me just share with you. So you see, I just wanted to just go through it, and then you will see somebody's response under that particular problem category. Okay, so someone posted in a group, one of the groups I'm in. He said, "Breaking news: crisis brews in Mopo units as police commanders pocket officers' allowances." All right. And then someone responded under it, "Monkey they walk, baboon they chop." Not only police, same thing is happening in the army, in the navy, in the air force, in the, all the same. And I started smiling because I told myself, you you understand what I mean? That means you can see that there's a problem there. That means if the leaders are now eating the money of those below them, it means that the money is no longer even the leader. Remember, those on top are earning more than those below. That means the officers are earning more than the rank and file. So even an officer who is earning more now also comes down to eat the one of the one earning even later. It's like say somebody is earning 1 million or 800,000 and it's not enough for him, and he's coming to take the one of the one earning 220,000. Are you seeing that there's a fundamental problem? So you can see it's not an earning issue. Because if somebody, the rank and file, can survive on 150 or 160,000, even though it's not enough for him, but he's managing, and he also has wife, he also has children, he also has relatives, he also has bills to pay. And the one earning 800,000 cannot survive on the 800,000. He has to come down to take the one of the one. That means even if he takes the 160 from the one earning 160, it will still, and the money goes up to 960,000. It will still not be enough for the Oga. Do you understand? So it's an income problem. It doesn't matter how much you earn. If you don't know how to create value, that means the man that is earning the Oga is stealing the one from the junior because he does not know how to create value. That 800 or 1 million or 600, I don't know how much they earn at the upper cadre, is still enough to take some out of it and create value in this internet world and make money. The same way the one earning 160, if you know how to manage it well again, it can still take from there and still create value. Because I know very well that some people finish serving their master for 7 years and they settle them with as little as 400,000, and they still go on to utilize that money, utilize credibility. I told you, I talked about the various classes of money: credibility, credit relationships, character. These are all forms of money, goodwill. They use it to build up and then still become millionaires and billionaires. And I will show you something that everybody can create, but nobody wants to create it, which is why everybody is where they are today. So that means it has cut across the whole force, from army to navy to police to, so it's everywhere. You can be sure even in the university, maybe it's already in the university as well, we don't know. It's only when people speak up, we don't know what's happening. Do you understand? So Nigeria has gotten to a stage where even those on top, our so-called leaders, even with the billions they pack, is still not enough for them. They have to come and also squander the one. In fact, we've squandered, the leaders have squandered the one of their generation. They're now squandering the one of their children's children. That means they're now borrowing us into perpetual slavery. Is that bad? So you see, because, why was I smiling? Because it's not, the person is still thinking it's an army and police thing. To me, it's a Nigerian thing. That's why I was smiling, that the person even complaining, the one who put the breaking news about police eating money of the lower ones, the one who is saying it has also spread to army and air force. I'm smiling because they don't understand the gravity. It is all over Nigeria. It's not a army or police state. It's the whole of Nigeria. Why? Because we are a country of consumption. Nigeria is a country of positive consumerism. We import 98% of what we use. We export nothing. Ships come to Nigeria with goods and go back empty. Is that bad? We are the only country in the world that exports nothing aside crude oil. Even the crude oil, we can't even, if not for Dangote that started refining crude oil to petroleum and exporting, we're just pushing out raw crude out. and then doing swapping. Then out of the 9 products of crude, we'll bring back only 2, diesel and fuel. The rest, we just throw it out there, abandon it. Do you understand? So it's a matter of time. As we speak now, the country, we can't even feed ourselves. Our farmers are not farming again, insecurity. So we're importing food. So it will get to every segment. So we have an income problem in Nigeria. If you don't know it today. The family will get to a point where it will not, you won't see it come again. Let me tell you, the only option we have now is to use the internet, which is the most beautiful thing God gave us in this age and time. You don't need to be on the road. You don't need to be on the street. You can be in your home and interact with the whole world and create a value that will bring in inflow from you from outside the world, not even here. Those who are doing content creation, for example, they are creating value because they know Nigeria is stressful. So they've gone to comedy to bring some kind of relief, comic relief to you, at least to reduce your high blood pressure. What's happening? They are cashing out from Facebook, cashing out from YouTube, cashing out from this media from abroad. That means Facebook is paying them in dollar. YouTube is paying in dollar. TikTok is paying in dollar. So that means they're in Nigeria, but they are tapping from the global economy using the internet space. If you are selling products, for example, even if Nigeria doesn't have money to buy your product, people can buy your product in China, in America, in UK, whatever it is, whether it's digital product, physical product, whatever product it is, or services, even your services, even your consultation. Some of you are consultants in your field. You'll be surprised that there are people in places in the world, in Cambodia, what's the name again? In Vietnam, in Bangladesh, who need that knowledge you have. That knowledge you see as common in Nigeria here is a big knowledge there. That means if you begin to teach that knowledge online, you begin to communicate online, somebody will be paying you in dollar from Bangladesh, from anywhere. Through this my medium, I'm reaching the whole world. Do you understand now? That means the internet is the ultimate leveler. It doesn't matter who came first. It doesn't matter if you started today against somebody who started 2 years ago or 5 years ago. Whenever you start, it's okay. I want to open your mind to the fact that some people are living in Nigeria, but we don't earn from Nigeria. But we're here. Okay? So, the various platforms you see, Women in Crypto, is solving a problem, is providing a solution. Answer is providing a solution in the healthcare segment. Practically, Answer is reaping from the healthcare segment, providing solutions for people who have posture problems, erectile dysfunction issues. So we're also solving the problem of lack of digital skills, lack of income. I am solving that problem, lack of digital skill. That's why I created the Answer Business School. I created a product, designed a marketing program, a system, and so that those who should use that system are not benefiting from it. They're not earning because they don't know how to write the system. I decided to take a step further, create the Answer Business School that will teach affiliate marketing, teach them how to harness the system, teach them how to harness social media and internet to be able to start making the money they need. So we're not just solving health, and Answer is not just solving health problem in terms of post-trade erectile dysfunction. Answer is also solving lack of digital skills. Women in Crypto solving that too as well. And then Answer is also solving lack of income. Your family is making money, but you can make more considering the capabilities you have. So also you too can solve certain problems for certain people. All right? So builders focus on solving problems. That's the beauty of entrepreneurship. The day I went to create that product I was to sell, I didn't know it would lead me into affiliate marketing, teaching. I just wanted to just have a product, put it in the market, let it sell, and go and rest. In fact, call distributors, sell it off to them, and go and rest. But at a point in time, I decided to make it a movement, aging with grace. Making a movement, I said, okay, let's plug in network marketing. I said, no, let's use affiliate marketing instead. Now, using that again, it opened up a whole new window again. It means I needed to bring in community building. Affiliate marketing can only work if you have community building attached to it. Community building, how do you build the community? Okay, let's build the community through knowledge, because people need to have a knowledge of what they are selling to sell it well. Because the fastest and easiest way to sell any product is through knowledge. If you try another means to sell a product online without knowledge, you will suffer. You will suffer. Knowledge sharing. Forget about the dancing. Forget about the going naked, going nude, twerking. Time you will get tired now. You will still get old. Are you even twerking? The younger generation are still coming. No, you not even twerk like them. As in, if it's when it comes, and the beautiful ones are not yet born. So it's not about your beautiful face. You will still get old. So what will make you outsell into legacy is building an authority in that field through which that product is going to enter the market. And the only way to build authority faster that will last is through knowledge. Do you understand? So you build the community, you still build the knowledge base. Now, if you must build knowledge base, you must have higher knowledge so that those, at least so you can be 1 or 2 steps ahead of those you are leading, which means you must be on your toes. Are you understanding now? Now, that one opens the next door. Next door is okay. The people you are training, they don't have the requisite skill, then you must teach them the skill, which means you must first learn the skill, try it out, see what works, because not every skill does not work the same way. Medical practice in Nigeria is different from medical practice abroad. Abroad, they have more equipment, so equipment help them practice. Nigeria, we have less equipment, but more expertise. So here, doctors fly blind. That means, that's why when our doctors live here and go abroad, they do exceptionally well. Because here, they work the hard way. Working conditions are difficult. No equipment. They have to do a lot of guesswork, a lot of, try and error, a lot of, learning the hard way, learning through the elder ones who have also learned through, but over the machines, you plug this, plug that. They look at graphs, look at screens, look at results. They don't know what to do because they practice the hard way here. When they now go there, it's easy. So very difficult cases there. It's easy for them to have Nigerian doctors to handle. That's why Nigerian doctors are about the best in the world. The same way too, Nigerians, when they travel abroad, they get lots of scholarships because they do very well. In our system, they teach you here the hard way. When you go over there, they give you open book exams. Here we focus on cram and pour. There they focus on application of the knowledge. So it's not about cramming a book. No, it's about applying what you've learned. So when we now take that our knowledge of cramming here and go over there, oh my goodness, we scatter everywhere. Do you understand? That's to show the capability of the human mind. Okay? So that's to show you that in entrepreneurship, if you're an entrepreneur, you can't afford to be lazy. Your brain must always keep thinking because each day you will keep jamming new problems. In fact, for any solution you find to a challenge you meet in entrepreneurship, it opens more doors to more expenses. Let me give you an example. I was working on the best way to make the affiliate system work in Nigeria because of how the economy is today. At the end, I found a solution to lead generation. Next one was lead conversion. The conversion ratios were too poor, 1%. I ended up push it up to 3%. But I gave myself a target of 20%. Now I started working on it again, developed the script, kept working. By the time we found out the solution of how to get our percentage conversion up to 15%, what now happened next? I needed to now employ just callers, people who could call, make phone calls. Before it was social media manager, now phone call. Now I need to employ people who had already done customer care service one word, who already, because I noticed that when you call with energy, when you call people, once someone hears your voice in the first 20 seconds, they decide whether to give opportunity to speak to them and sell to them or that they are busy. I have to choose again between male and female. I called them to the office, I gave them a script, asked them to make sample call, I listened to them call. Right there and then I picked 2 people by virtue of practical, not CV now, not CV. The time for CV has passed. Is what can you do? They made a call in front of me and I said, these 2, your employees start work tomorrow. But it doesn't stop me employing them. I still need to go and buy phones for them, put lines for them, put internet. Why? Because the phone contains the institutional memory. So if you allow them use their own phone to make the calls for you in your company because they're saving costs, the day they moved out of your company or they stop working for you, they go with that whole database. And you are good at someone starting afresh. So you see how one problem of solving the call led to employment, led to added inventory in terms of salaries I'm going to pay, and led to buying phone. If you want to buy a phone, any good phone that will do internet and do everything, at least not less than 200,000. So that's another 400,000 bill. Then salaries, maybe under 100, that's almost 600,000. So to solve a problem now at the company level is now above 500,000. So you see, as an entrepreneur, the decision you take on the right direction opens up more paths. But I don't care. So I have a bill of 500,000 now to solve between today and next tomorrow. That's the next 24 hours, right? Because they will start work tomorrow. I finish interview today. But the money will come. Doesn't matter. Then when they start work again, you have to create an office space for them. You have to give them certain things, make them work and deliver. Then give them their targets. I have to sit down and work out their targets. What will it be that these people are able to achieve? I'm able to raise money to pay them their salaries and offset all these costs I've put in to bring them on board. Are you understanding how business is? That's entrepreneurship. That's entrepreneurship for you. And that's why I love it. So some of you, if you don't have the builder's mindset, when you see the suggestions, for example, there's an Igbo adage that says, if you bring the suggestion, you also bring the money. So because most people know that if you suggest, you will bring the money, they don't bother suggesting again. Let me just remain the way I am. Do you understand? But it takes money to make money. So it takes the builder's mindset to remain positive and know that what we are spending on is not for consumerism. Instead, it's for laying infrastructure on the path that will bring in the inflow. Do you understand? Now, it is this extra miles I'm taking now is different between me and other people in the same business with me. Because if they don't have the builder's mindset, they won't go this extra mile. And that's why I will outperform them in the market as we go. So each time I'm solving a problem, I still give room that even in solving the problem, it can also raise more problems. But the joy is that for each problem it raises, it creates what we call a barrier to entry. Any business that is easy to enter, there's no much money in it. But any business with barrier to entry, if you're able to crack it and cross that barrier, then you've shut out a whole lot of people that can't come into that place you are. It's called a moat. You know how castles have a moat, like a waterway, that when they take the bridge down, people can come, but they lift the bridge up, you can't come in again. That's what happens. So that's why businesses that require licenses are more profitable to the founders or the owners than those that anybody can do without a license. So any business online that requires a particular scale, for example, affiliate marketing, network marketing, digital course creation, all these things that require scale, that require a particular level of knowledge, it takes discipline. Not everybody can do it. So if you enter that field and distinguish yourself in that field and stay there long enough for the world to know you in that field, the wealth of the world will gravitate towards you. So that's why I said builders focus on solving problems, not problems. Because as a builder, you keep solving problems. You want to build a house, you dig the foundation. The next problem, how do you get to DPC level? You get to DPC level. Next problem, how do I get to lintel level? You get to lintel level. Next problem, how do I dig? You get to decking level. You ask, okay. Meanwhile, from the foundation level, you're already telling yourself how many stories do you want to go. You get to the top most, how do I roof? You get to roofing level. Next thing, how do I do the finishing? How do I paint? How do I, okay, you finish building the house, you finish painting the house. Next thing, how do I fence the compound? You finish fencing the compound. Next thing, what's the landscaping for water to drainage? Next thing, how do I put water in the house? Next thing, how do I put electricity in the house? Do you understand? Next thing, how do I security man for the, that's how, so you must never get tired. You must enjoy the process, as in enjoy it, enjoy the journey. As I said, it's not a destination. Wealth is not a destination. It's a journey. You must enjoy it. Why am I telling you this? Those of you who are into affiliate marketing now, or any skill, you will keep jamming this problem. So don't get tired. Be happy about it. That's only how you make it through. When you have the business mindset, as you're solving one, you're anticipating the next one. In fact, you need to think ahead 3 steps. For each problem you solve, what is the next one? What do you think will be the next one? So begin to prepare ahead of time. That's why people start projects and burn out. They start building hotel. Before you know it, their money is free. They can't complete again. They have to sell it because they don't anticipate. It's not about building hotel. Your friend built a hotel. You calculated, okay, the hotel is 20 rooms at 100,000 per night. Okay, 100 times 20. That's 2 million every day. Oh. Hey, you can start building. You forget that it's not the building that is the issue. After building, you will furnish. After furnishing, you will start marketing. Why marketing again? The people to come in, you will be running diesel, you'll be running expenses, you'll be running the bar, running the kitchen, running everywhere, the laundry, all, even when the hotel is not at full capacity. You need to anticipate all these things ahead of time. So why am I telling you this? The builder's mindset. Most of you are stuck in what you are doing, not because you chose the wrong idea, not because you have the wrong vision, but you are missing the sequence. You didn't get the expectation right. So you didn't prepare or plan. You didn't build in contingencies. You didn't build in redundancies, which is why the business failed. So the business did not fail because it's a bad business. It failed because you are a bad manager. You are a bad planner. You're not a bad person. No, you just had limited knowledge of how to make it work. You had knowledge of how it works, but you had limited knowledge of how to make it work because you know how it works based on a third party's own story, who you didn't go to tell you what pitfalls, what challenges he went through before. So you just saw the outcome. You didn't see the process, which is why I'm here teaching, showing you about processes now. Okay? So part 3, there are 3 levels of wealth creation you must understand. Number 1 is labor. Note that, labor, which means you work, you get paid. Everybody starts from labor. No matter how rich you are, everybody started from labor. That's why we don't look down on those who are still at the labor phase. Remember, the cash flow quadrant has 4 quadrants. There's the employee on the top left. There's the self-employed on the bottom left. There's the business owner on the top right, and there's the investor on the bottom right. So these are stages people must go through. So when you are at the top left corner of that quadrant, you fall under labor, which means you go to work, you get paid either salary or wages. The challenge is that the income stops once you stop working. All right. Now, level 2 is when you go into skills. So in level 1, you should not just work to earn, you should work to learn. The faster you're able to learn from level 1, you move to level 2, which involves skills. Here you learn valuable skills. Even if when you're working in level 1 could not teach you skills, then you come out and make some money and teach yourself skills. Join communities where skills are shared, where people are trained on skills. Like in Women in Crypto, you are trained on skills. In as a community, you are trained on multiple skill sets, not just one. That's the essence of this leadership program I'm doing now. This program I'm doing now, if I was to charge for it, none of you will pay me less than 50,000 to be in my class. 50,000 to be in my class because it's online. If it's offline, it's about $1 million. But I'm giving it to you for free because we are in the community. We're in a community in which together we can share the knowledge and then leverage that knowledge to access tremendous amount of wealth. Do you understand? So you learn skills. The level of skills you can learn on your own using the little funds you have is digital marketing. Very important, digital marketing. Because marketing has gone online. Anything you are seeing going on offline will be powered online. Even banks now have social media platform. Even government has now come. They've now seen that NTA, AIT is not working again for them. The NTA, ESBS, all these government-owned stations. The Gen X now, those who you want to reach, are not on the TV. They're not watching NTA. Some of them on DSTV. The rest of them are on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can't even reach. DSTV is only when they're watching Champions League or they're watching Big Brother Africa. Every other thing is on you. Nollywood movies on YouTube. So the government is now finding their way. Politicians now know that the power of the masses is on social media. So they're now hiring social media managers, Twitter handlers, social media warriors to talk for them on social media space. So digital marketing is a field you must learn if you intend to be functional in the years to come. The world is living, we're definitely moving from marketplaces, as in from open markets to closed marketplaces and shopping malls. I'm not saying open market will close. I'm just saying that this particular generation now are moving into shopping in excellence. They don't want to be shopping and the rain is beating them and they are walking on mud, walking in tattered, dirty places. No, they want to shop in good environments inside a shopping mall. So what people are doing, people are now building shopping malls and keeping their price as close as the price of the open market. Do you understand? Now, online shopping is becoming the vogue, the key. People are now making it such that they are now building logistic rails all over the world that you can shop from any part of the world from the comfort of your home, and it comes to you just a matter of days. So if you don't have online presence for any business you are doing, the offline version will also suffer. So digital marketing is very important. Next thing is copywriting. AI cannot take these things, so AI will still do their best. But remember, AI is able to function to the capacity of the person prompting it. That means everybody needs to be a good prompt engineer to be able to get AI to copyright well for you. If not, if you give AI garbage prompt, it will give you garbage output. So if you're a copywriter who is good at storytelling, you'll be able to prompt the AI to give you a fantastic copy that will be better than somebody who doesn't have those skills. Graphic designing. Even though AI is doing it, you still need to prompt AI properly to give you the graphic design you require, that will create the emotion, that will bring in the attraction, the attention you need to make that sale. Sales. No matter how they say Cloud will do sales for you, ChatGPT to do sales for you, forget it. There will still be a personal input to sales. People buy you, not the product. So even that AI, you need to prompt. That's why they are now plugging AI now to be able to plug into people's emails, to learn how they communicate, to learn their language, to learn how they coach, how they teach. Do you understand? So AI is trying to become humane, because AI is not human. It's just a machine learning system. So you still need to customize AI to think and reason like you, which means if my quality of reasoning, my quality of communication is better than yours, when AI plugs into my back end to know me more, it's going to give a better output than you shallow knowledge. Are you understanding? So AI will just be an extension of who you are. If you are empty, your AI will be empty. If you are full of emotion, full of knowledge, your AI will bring output that are full of emotion, full of knowledge. AI content creation is still largely dependent on who is the content creator. All AI can do for you is maybe replace, if you're camera shy, replace your image with your, doesn't replace, instead of you shooting physically like this now, you are now shooting with what do you call it? That means AI is now using your image to turn it to a video and is shooting in place of you. But the wordings, what he's saying, how he says this, the mannerism, it has to be yours. Okay? So income increases because your value increases. Even if you're making income at your current value and you don't develop yourself further, over time, you will see that income diminishing or depreciating. That's life for you. Now, we've talked about labor, first skill, the first level, talked about second level, which is skills. Now, the third level is ownership. Ownership. We talk about owning a business, owning a brand, owning communities, owning systems, owning intellectual property rights. Look at this place I've mentioned now. These 5 places is where real wealth begins. So if you own a business, guard it jealously with all your life. Keep improving your knowledge to make sure nobody outcompetes you in that business line. Understand that sector so well that you'll be so good at it, it can never fail. If you plug into a business system, understand that business system so well that you can earn the hell out of that business system, even more than those who created that system. Do you understand? So you can either own a business or own the system, the process of the system. Let us say, for example, you might not be able to own the answer business, but you can own the answer affiliate marketing system. That means you take the comp plan of the system, understand this so well, create your own system so well, run it so well that you will out-earn anybody in that system. No two people will approach that system the same way. Even as a company, we are trying to troubleshoot and show you the best way to run the system. Some other person amongst you can even find out a more efficient way to run that system and run it even more than the one we created. Now, when systems jam, the most superior system will always remain on top. And I tell you, one of the best ways to run a system is through knowledge. It's more difficult, but it is sustainable. Brand building. You can become a brand, you can build a product. I have a product, so I'm building a brand around the product. You can build a brand around your system. That system you plugged into. Let's use Forever Living, for example. Forever Living have the system the company built. Some other team brought in the fast track bonus, the fast track system. They had their own way they went around it. Another people brought in another system again. That means these are various individuals marketing that product, but bringing in their own system to make it work. And what are they angling for? To become the #1 in the world in terms of sales. Some go into product knowledge and sell product directly. Some go into knowledge dissemination, and knowledge becomes the product, while the product they're selling becomes an addendum. That means instead of selling the product, they are selling the knowledge behind what created the product. Then some have gone a step further by selling the emotion behind the knowledge behind the product. I understand different levels of engagement based on different people's levels of knowledge on just one system. Community building. Some build community around gossip. Some build community around competition. Some build community around knowledge. So depending on what you want to build. So community can be built. Some build community around area of common interest. Some build communities around area of what do you call it? Country of origin, state of origin. Some build communities around language, social culture. Communities can be built around anything. It doesn't matter. Now, after building community, what matters is what do you plug into that community? It is from there that the wealth will flow. So if you have a community, guard it jealously. Build with intent. You can build a community while still belonging to another community. That means even while you are in Women in Crypto, you are in Answer, and you want to create a system of knowledge around any product you intend to sell, nothing stops you from building another community of affiliates around it in a bid to sell the product, whether digital or physical, or Women in Crypto or Answer. Let me give an example. The church on its own is a community. I keep using church as an example because everybody belongs to one religion or the other. So the church or the mosque is a community, a big one. Inside there, let me use the Christianity because I don't know much about the mosque. Inside the church, you have a community of elders, a community of mothers, a community of youths, community of choir. But these are all subsets. Community of ushers, community of musical instruments, community of the clergy. These are all, though you call it a group, but I want to call it a community. Now, the community of the choir can decide to develop themselves to where they can be the ones going to play music, not only in the church, but in members' wedding ceremonies and birthday ceremonies and burial ceremonies, and go for competitions. So, aside they're playing in church, they come together, raise money, buy instruments, hire coach to train them, to teach them, to be able to perform globally. In fact, most of these artists you see today who are doing so well, they were once choir members in a church. Do you understand? That's what I mean by community inside a community. The youth segment can come together and say, okay, we want to raise money and start a business, a farming business inside the church, inside our group. Do you understand? Now, the beauty is that whatever it is they are doing still adds to the overall wealth of the larger church. So the church loses nothing in training those various skills into community members so they can go and shine. That's why I'm training you today. I lose nothing putting knowledge in you. The more knowledgeable you are, the more things you can create, the more you're able to express yourself, the higher we can earn collectively. Because I am only as rich as 5 people next to me. So if I don't bring you up to operate in my own level, you guys will pull me down to your own level. So I'm in a war, I'm fighting to ensure I pull you all up. Because if you all are operating at my level, there is nothing we cannot do. We can conquer the universe together with a single product. We can make a campaign go global based on our combined knowledge. But if I say, let me have this knowledge alone to myself and leave you wallowing in ignorance, all of you together will pull me down to your level. Do you understand? So I have 2 options. Either I stay and bring you all up, or I exit, or you pull me all down. Because iron sharpeneth iron. But I love you all. I love the community. So I took it on myself that I'm going to bring out 52 weeks to train you all, show you the how, and bring you all up. Like I promise you that from your midst, we will create billionaires. We will create a lot of products that will come out. And people will say, it was from women in crypto. It was from Answer. I got the idea. The idea was nourished until I created this product. And it has gone global. Okay? We go up by lifting others. Now we come to systems. You cannot create a system if you have not learned how systems are created. That means that I created this system today. I understudied the creation of another system I was part of creating, which is why I'm able to create this one today. Which means if you must be a good leader, you must have first have become a good servant and follower before you become a good leader. It is what you learned as a servant, as a follower, is what you also build upon and become a leader. So if you do well in the system you meet, chances are you will create an even better system, because you need to understand the system you are in, understand the flaws of that system or the inefficiencies of that system, then better on it to create a better system. Do you understand now? So everything, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, but God made it so. It's about sequences. Then intellectual property rights means in this age and time, anything you create from your own brain, there are means of patenting it. People live off patents. Somebody patented that one day iPhones will have gold casing. Today, everybody in Dubai, anywhere in the world, that puts any kind of gold in any iPhone casing, just casing of phone, must pay royalty of 15% to the owner of that patent. Are you aware that somebody patented transparent ballot boxes in Nigeria? Before, ballot boxes were iron. You couldn't see what was inside it. Somebody knew a time will come when Nigerians will want visibility on their ballot boxes. The person went and patented using transparent or translucent voting boxes, when nobody thought that a time will come when we'll be voting in plastic container. This person thought of the idea that these iron boxes will be out of vote, to be heavy to carry around. So he went and patented it. When Professor Meru Siwu, the then INEC chairman, Odo Basanjo, wanted to introduce transparent boxes into Nigerian voting system, they told him somebody owns the patent. He had to go and negotiate with the person and paid 2 billion naira as of that time to buy that patent before INEC could start using transparent boxes today. So somebody like me and you in Nigeria made 2 billion off the government just for thinking intellectual property rights. Ask yourself, how many more things can you look into the future and say the world is headed towards, and go and create a patent around it and keep for Nigeria alone? Any day Nigeria wants to use that, they will come to you. You just show them the patent. See my patent, I own this. You can't use it. That's all. That's why most people don't share their patents on social media. In fact, I'm going to go and remove my own patent from that. I created a slide our position style, my patent is that I need to go and remove it and keep it somewhere. So people don't know about it. So whenever somebody begins to do something and comes into that my area, I will say, come. What you do, you write, your lawyer will write a letter, what to call cease and desist. You show them the patent. I own this patent. If you want to do it this way, you must give me royalties. We'll discuss. Okay? So there are many ways. You must think to get rich, right? So why ownership creates wealth is because difference in thinking. Workers think, how much can I earn today? Builders think, what can I build today that keeps paying me tomorrow? That's why we built in passive income leverage into our system. Example, a worker drives a taxi. An owner builds a transport company. I saw a guy on social media. You were interviewing him. He has a touring company. They sell clothes. His unique selling proposition is that you walk into his touring outfit and you will walk out with your clothes fully sewn in 24 hours, or you don't pay again. It's in Lagos. I can't remember his name again. That means you walk in with a material into his sewing outfit, show him the design. 24 hours after, come and collect. If in 24 hours he's not ready, you won't pay again. You will collect the material and not pay again. I saw this and I'm like, how come? Then they were interviewing the guy and they asked him, how was it? Where did he learn how to sew and all that? This guy can't sew jack. Doesn't know how to sew anything. He doesn't even know how to put thread through needle. He simply created a system of like an assembly plan, division of labor. But he didn't say it, but I know that's what he did, because that's the only way he can make this happen. He just said he created a system where he brought in tellers who were very good in what they do, who had speed, then brought many of them to the system. Then when a cloth comes in, you show the design, someone measures you, and that person, they start sewing it, and that's the finish in 24 hours. I know, yes, he has said what he has. He's a good system creator, he's a good manager, okay? Yeah, but I know what he did. He simply introduced division of labor that was brought in by Japan, which was how Toyota was able to knock off Mercedes-Benz and this other BMW in car manufacturing. It's called on the spot. Sorry, that system is called I can't remember that name again. But what it just simply means is that they don't have large inventory. They don't buy many parts and keep. They manufacture the parts just a few hours or a few days when it is needed. So when they assemble a car, somebody builds the frame, another builds the tire, another unit handles the steering, another unit handles the engine components, another unit handles the door, another unit handles the glass. So instead of having all the parts together, you simply, whenever they want to assemble a car, all these units just bring in their stuff and the car just goes through a line. So when it comes here, chassis enters, it moves here, glass enters, it moves the next place, door enters, next place, seat enters, this one, the engine enters. You understand? So the assembly plan just go. So when the car moves from here all the way around here, a finished car comes out. Do you understand? So you are now bringing in specialty in division of labor. So I believe that's what that guy brought into the tailoring system. That's very brilliant and smart. Now, he didn't say it, but I know it. I know that's the only way someone can walk in with a cloth and walk out 24 hours with a sewn cloth. It simply means the cloth comes in, somebody measures, another person designs, next person cuts the cloth to pieces, next person sews the hand, another person sews. So those tailors have mastered how to look at what the person before you has done, and looking at the image and the cuttings, and somebody just designs the various measurements, and then someone cuts the pieces. You just put in your own part. If your own is embroidery, it comes to you, you embroider, you move out. Next one, you embroider, you shift. Maybe your own is stoning. When it comes to you, you stone, you shift, you stone, you shift. So if you keep stoning and stoning and stoning for 3 good months, you can be stoning with your eyes closed because you perfected stoning. Another person is embroidering for 3 months. He has perfected embroidering, so he can close his eyes and embroider. Are you understanding? And that's how somebody can work with a cloth in the morning, and by evening, a full cloth is ready. This guy just sat down and thought this thing out, built this system out. I'm giving you practical examples. So imagine if you can bring in such a system of division of labor into whatever it is you are doing or intend to do. So this guy's unique selling proposition is speed and reliability. That's all he's selling. speed, and reliability. They have been tell us before him. People started sewing clothes since 3,000, 4,000 years ago. Even in that Lagos, there middle and one tell us, both from Togo, from Senegal, everywhere. But nobody thought of it this way. So with what this guy has done, he's making billions. He said he made about 2 point something billion in 1 week. Just sewing clothes. What did he do? And he's not a teller. He can't measure cloth. He simply just brought in a system. Do you understand? So if all you do is learn systems and bring in systems into various things happening in Nigeria, you can make all the money you want to make. Without people now build hospitals and don't know anything about medicine, don't know, they've not gone to the medical school, they just read hospital management, or just it's a different field. Then they build hospital and go and employ doctors to come and work in the hospital while they cash out. So in this age and time, you don't need to be an expert in any field to do the best out of that field. Okay? So workers sell one product, whereas owners build a distribution network. Hello? This is where we come to now. Women in crypto, the only product is learn crypto from scratch. What brought in the wealth into women in crypto was the affiliates program. It was through affiliate program that some affiliates were making as much as 3 million in 1 week. 3 million naira in 1 week. What was giving the money? It was the distribution network. My wife structured that women in crypto, the affiliate segment, to become a distribution network for the knowledge around crypto. People who were affiliating were making more money than those who were trading. Do you understand? The same thing, answer. It's just one product, now 2 products. It's not the product that gives the money. The money is in the distribution network. That's the affiliate program we're fine-tuning now. We're all working on. That's where our millions lie. All of you listening to me, if we all put our effort into that, creating that same distribution network, that's what will liberate me and you, not the product. Do you understand now? So I'm teaching you the builder's mindset. That business you are doing is not that business that is the money. The money is in your distribution network. So those who spend time creating distribution chains will always be richer and wealthier than those who spend time selling product. What happens? You create a distribution chain or distribution network. Anything you plug into that network simply goes down that distribution chain and brings up money for you on the top. McDonald's is not burger they are selling. It's a franchise, which is a distribution network. Mr. Biggs is not the sugar, it's not the what do you call it, burger and whatever it is, it's not what they are selling. It's the franchise they sell, that distribution network. That's where the money lies. Okay? So bear it in mind. Now, I'm giving you this thing, so when you look at businesses, when I look at a business, I don't look at what the people are showing me in front. I look at what is powering this thing behind. I can bring out a business, dissect it in my mind, look at the systems. What system would have come in place to make this happen? Like I just told you, what this teller man did, this guy did. I wish I remember his name. I just said his name is with M-O something, Mashallah. I can't remember what it is. But you might know this guy, right? So when you read a book, the idea is not what makes you a master. I'm teaching you wealth mastery. What makes you a master is not reading a book word for word. It's reading a book and getting out the intent the author didn't communicate in that book. That means it's I mean I don't know how to say it. It's called metacognition. That means the word metacognition is the act of thinking your thoughts. That's in the book. You read a business concept and you try to decipher what is in this thing this man is not telling me. What is the trade secret? Nobody shares his trade secret. The ability to decipher what will it be and get it out gives you an edge when you go to create the competition or better what was created. Okay? Now, next one is workers post content. An owner builds a personal brand. So when we generate content and put on Telegram for you to copy and paste, it's a copy and paste system, quite all right. But if you are good, you can also build a brand around even that post you are posting. Because when you become a brand, a known brand, you will sell better in anything you're affiliating. Can people attach you to quality? Even in quality customer services, quality delivery, anything you want to do, just choose anything. Can you be known for this in this business, and you are good to go. So even though we are building the answer brand, you can be building the Chinelo brand online. That means yourself as a selling brand. That anything you touch, what have influencers done? When you hear about an influencer simply build their brand. Like you hear about a Aproko doctor, he's a brand. So if I go to him and give him my product to market for me, he doesn't need to do too much. He has done the work already. He has a set of community who look up to him for solutions to their problem through products he approves. So if he approves my product and comes and shares it with his community, just does a video around my product for his community, that's all. The sales will pick up. And it takes his inflow. So you too can become a brand that any product you plug into your name just sells. So you can be in the answer business, but still run it as your business. Just use your mind, think, what is it I want to be known for? So you can multiply the outcome. So don't look at the business as 5,000, 3,000, 2,000. That 5,000, 3,000, 2,000, if you plug it into a personal brand, if you plug it into the social network, we translate to billions. And then we'll be struggling as a company to manufacture to meet up with demand. I love what one affiliate told me someday. I think it's Juliana Imom, to the leader of Talkies, told me. She said that what she loved about this particular system is that we can never go out of stock. Like she was saying something like, we can never, because the product is manufactured, everything is sourced within. Everything is within, or that means the company is a locally based company, everything is within reach, within grasp. As against a product of a company that is in Philippines or somewhere in China or somewhere. You understand? So you see her own reasoning, what she brought to the table. With that kind of, now she's thinking to herself that if I develop this business for myself, it will never fail because they will have a lack of products. Most likely the one she did sometime, she developed this so much at the point she was supposed to make more money, the company closed, or the import, whatever changed. Naira fluctuated, depreciated, things went bad, so it didn't work. So all her effort went in vain. Now you can see a builder's mindset. Now she's already building again with answer in mind. Okay, so the wealthy focused on ownership. Ownership does not mean you own the product. Ownership does not mean you own the system. You can create your own system which you own, through which you can market other products. Now, part 5 is building wealth through a system. I want to use answer as a case in point now. Now, many people think answer is only a product. That's a mistake you make. Builders understand answer as a business. That means you ought to build your own business around answer business. It's called business in business. Whenever you see a leverage of even one, whenever you see as a margin of 1,000, a margin of 500, a margin of 2,000, a margin of 3,000, is enough margin to build a multi-million naira business on. That's why when I tell you, how much is the margin for those who sell cement? How much is the margin for Nigerian brewers, people who distribute beer? How much? 100 naira, 200 naira. So hotels now, to increase the margin, have to now build a bigger hotel, put a very big bar, put TV, put AC, put chairs, so they can sell that beer. Instead of selling 1,000, they're now selling 2,005. Imagine a hotel building all that just to put extra 1,005 on margin on beer. Imagine if you go to Hilton, you know, a bottle of Hero is 1,000 naira outside. If you go to Hilton Abuja, They sell that bottle of hero 6,000 naira. Before it was 4,000, so now it's 6,000. Now, so to add extra 5,000 on top, to have a margin of 5,000, look at what Hilton had to build. You know, the whole Nikon Hilton in Abuja, Transcorp Hilton, sorry. Look at the fountains, look at the big compound, look at the different bar, Capital Bar, Piano Lounge, all those. Look at everything they put around just to move beer from 1,000 to 5,000. Are you saying the infrastructure was put on ground? So you can see an ambient environment to buy what is 1,000, 5,000. How much more you, who already has a leverage of already 4,000, built in by the system? You've not touched the system yet, just is there. Imagine what you can do if you now bring in your own brain and leverage what the system has and plug in, build, expand it further for yourself and build out on that leverage. Some people see Answer as a product. We see it as a brand. I told you what I did. Instead of selling product, I'm selling the feeling, the emotion behind the product, which is how I landed as Feel Ready Again. I gave an example where I got the idea from. Nike, just do it. So for us, Feel Ready Again. And we're going to build a brand out of it. Next, you see Answer as a product. I see Answer as a community. It's because I see Answer as a community. That's why I've dedicated every Monday, 8 p.m. for the next 1 year to be coming to teach people world principles, how to build systems in whatever it is you are doing. Because if you become a better person, you become a better affiliate for Answer and become a better affiliate for any other business you decide to affiliate. That skill stays with you. It never leaves. I see you as a community. That's why I said, okay, I will create content. I will create a content library to uniform the content to make it easy for you. I see you as a community. That's why I built out an Answer Business School. I'm still structuring the training programs there, setting things in place. We've started training as of Monday. I think we started training, first training on Friday last week, and we'll keep having trainings. Now, inside a business school, I want to allocate every Wednesday morning as well to teach them in the business school there. Which means I intend to lead this community of men in crypto and Answer using knowledge, so that anybody who passes through this community, we have enough knowledge in any field that anywhere they apply that knowledge, they will excel in it. Do you understand? Now, you see Answer as a product. I see Answer as a distribution system, which is why I said we are running a campaign, Age with Grace. We're going to tackle prostrate, tackle erectile dysfunction, tackle lack of income, tackle lack of digital skill in this school space. We are putting it together and we're tackling all four all over Nigeria and then globally. Some see Answer as a product. I see Answer as a wealth vehicle. That's why I'm putting this knowledge in the community so they'll be able to drive that vehicle properly. If you take a Ferrari and give it to a learner driver and take a regular 406, a regular vehicle, and give to a Formula 1 driver, guess who will win the race? The Formula 1 driver, because he's an expert in driving. So not minding the car, he will do well. But the other learner is still a learner. If you like, give him a Ferrari, give him a Lamborghini, he will not. He doesn't know how to handle. Doesn't understand the power behind the wheels. Doesn't even know how to control that amount of power. So he can crash the car. That's what I see happening here. Some of you don't even understand the power of the Answer vehicle you are driving. So some registered and disappeared, took it for granted. Those who understand the power are now coming for training to learn how to harness that power and ride this wealth creation engine to success. All right. So the question is not how much can I make today. Some of you are looking at how much can I make today. You sold one pack today. You're like, hey, I made only 4,000. Now so we go the day. This is how this thing is. No. The better question is, how many people can I help this month? Each time you sell a product, don't see it like you sell a product. See it like you helped somebody. You just gave somebody comfort to sleep well that day. You just gave somebody's life back. You just solved somebody's pain. So the question is, how many people can I help today? Next thing will now be, How many people can I reduce the stress of getting access to the help? Your brain starts thinking more and more. That's why I told my stockists, I need ideas to come out from you. Don't wait for me to do everything. I'm already thinking enough. I need more thinkers around me so we can potentiate the power of our various thinking faculties so that it can resonate and permeate the universe. Okay? So the more value you create, the more wealth follows. Now, number 6, part 6, remember I structure my trainings practical, like I said. Next one is the 7 habits of builders. The 7 habits of builders. Habit 1 is read daily. By all means, read something daily. It doesn't matter if it's 1 page, 2 page, just read something. Each time you read, you sharpen the brain's ability to convert what it has read into images and internalize. Just that ability to convert image, as in words to picture, words to picture, words to picture, keeps your brain active, first of all. Then ability for the brain to recall from the file in the subconscious and play back each time you see a problem. Your brain goes back to see, is there something there that it can pull out that can solve this problem? That's how you're able to sharpen your opportunity seeking skills, that ability to see opportunities where people see problems. I told you, even in reading, you activate what we call the retinal activation system, RAS. I talked about that last time, so I won't go further into it. Whereby if you see something, like something, the day you want to buy a car, a silver Lexus, you begin to see silver Lexus everywhere on your way. You're wondering, is this car this common? You simply activated the RAS, so it was picking it. When you had not activated it by the desire for it, the cars were there, you weren't seeing it. That's what reading does. Reading increases your ability to activate your sight to problem solving capabilities. Next thing is learn skills continuously. Some of you are tired. Hey, this guy is always teaching. He's every Monday. And do we even stop training in this community? Every day there's one train or the other. Oh yes. The world is moving faster than before. Let me tell you. In fact, in digital space, in every 2 years, every digital thing changes. Every 2 years. Look at how small I'm using. Look at how small a speaker is. This speaker, if I increase the volume of this speaker now, you run away. Speakers used to be very big. Every day is getting tinier and tinier and tinier. Everything is fine-tuned. Same way, knowledge. The knowledge you have this week can be moribund next week. Who believe that TikTok we almost want to knock out Facebook? Are you seeing what's happening on TikTok? TikTok shop is chancing Amazon now. Amazon, our great Amazon. TikTok shop is chancing Amazon now. You are still thinking of TikTok. Something else is coming that will even beat TikTok. We are talking of Zoom. Hologram is coming. Hologram, where you will just, I will be here speaking. I will be in your room, appear in your room. You have a small device that will blow me standing on your table, on your parlor. I'll be speaking and walking around talking to you. My hologram is coming. So even me teaching to you today, I must still keep improving myself on teaching systems of knowledge sharing. So you must keep learning continuously. Anyone you miss, go and watch the replay. Anyone you miss, because no knowledge is a waste. You won't know when the knowledge comes into play. Habit 3, create more than you consume. When you go on social media, some of you notice that when you send me something, it takes me a while to respond, because when I come to social media, I come to not to consume, I come to create and sell what I've created. Let other consumers consume and give me the money. So when you enter social media, enter with the mind of a builder. When I come to social media, I look at content, any content that catches my attention. I begin to dissect that content. How did this person create this content to catch my attention? My attention is difficult to get. I'm not easily distracted. So if I come to Facebook to scroll to do something catches my attention, I'm watching that video for 2-3 minutes. I want to know how did it catch my attention. I look at the hook. I look at the content. I look at the graphic. I look at what caught my attention. I look at how it was presented to keep my attention past 4 minutes. Then I go back and then create something similar. that will hook others. Do you understand now? Whereas somebody will come to Facebook just to look and consume content. Okay? So create more than you consume. So even though we're asking you, we'll give you creatives, still look at those creatives and see how you can do something better on your own, depending on your audience. Now, habit 4, look for opportunities everywhere. In fact, whenever people are complaining there's a downfall, go and look at the opportunity there. You can look at the upside of that downfall. Do you understand? Go and check. Before there is a boom, in every boom, there is a dip. And in every dip, there is a boom. So, if you sharpen your skills, in fact, when I travel these days, I'm traveling to look at what is happening in other places that are not happening in Nigeria. I can bring in here in terms of how things are done. All right. Then number 5, take calculated risk. Don't be risk averse. Don't run away from risk. Nothing good in this world that was done didn't come with an attendant risk. So taking risk is not bad. What is bad is taking uncalculated risk. So take calculated risk, which means you must look at the risk to the reward ratio each point in time before you engage. Now, when we say calculated risk, means don't take risk of what you can't afford to lose. Because for every venture, the matrix for success or failure is 50-50. And then the way God designed the world, you must fail up to 7 times, most times more than that, before you find how it. That means you must first learn how it doesn't work before you learn how it works. And only geniuses can fail the first time and get it right the second time. It's very difficult. And that genius must have failed. So if you see a billionaire, he has lost millions before he made the billion. If you see a trillionaire, he or she has lost billions before they made the trillion. Because they first lost a million, learned how not to lose a million before they made a billion. Then they would have lost billions, learned how not to lose a billion before they made a trillion. That's how the world is. From when you were born, you learned how to crawl, learned how to stand and fall, stand and fall, stand and fall before you learned how to stand. You learned how to walk and fall before you learned how to run. Do you understand? So, calculated risk. Habit number 6, build relationships intentionally. Intention when you build a relationship. Anybody around you who does not contribute to your life positively one way or the other, please cut off. Nobody is neutral. You are either going up or you're going down. You're not in one place. So also, everybody in your life is either contributing to your up growth or pulling you down. Like I told you, I'm in your midst. I won't make a fool of myself thinking we are just there. No, you are either taking from me and pulling me down. I'm giving to you and we're rising. Am I going up together? So check your relationships and make them intentional. Then number 7, focus on ownership. Focus on ownership. When we say own, doesn't mean ownership means if you share a role, somebody must take ownership. Like in the company today, we said the various phases we're going to do is marketing, closing, whatever we decide, we draft it out, we share the roles, we give ownership. Because they say the goat, the whole community feeds, dies of hunger. So don't wait for me to run your system. Take ownership of your own system. You plug into the answer system, take ownership. The system we built is answer system. If your name is Choma and you plug into answer system, develop and take ownership of Choma's own system of marketing the answer product, which means if you're employing 3 people, 2 people, 1 person, you're doing it alone, you're doing content creation, you are doing follow-up, take ownership of the system. If there's a challenge, don't say, the system we gave you is faulty. No, the system we gave you works. You just need to tune it, fine-tune it to work according to how you work. For example, The system we gave you works 24 hours. You can decide, okay, I work in Ministry of Agriculture. I go to work by 8 and come back by 5. I won't have time to work this system. So let me rearrange the system to work for me in the evening when I come back from work. What does that mean? It means that in your closing, after you generate leads, you can't call leads when they're in the office because you call at night. That means you are calling leads when they're in their home. So my script, the script I gave you, is a script you use when it's in the daytime, calling people in their office, which means you're asking them, do you have time? Is this a good time to talk? Because they might be in a meeting, might be entering a meeting or going for lunch or something. You get? But if you're calling them in the evening, it means you might have to send them a text message first or WhatsApp message. Sir, I want to communicate with so and so. So the wife does not think he's calling a side chick, or the man does not think his wife doing something. No, it's a family time. Maybe I start when you pick up the call. Greetings, sir. Please, how's the family? I am so person, you indicated interest so and so. You understand? You don't use safe languages, knowing that you are talking to somebody in a time when he should be spending his family. Are you seeing you now? You're not domesticating that system to suit the time you have time to do your calling. I'm giving you an example of how to domesticate a system to work for you. You can also decide, this system I'm taking up, I can reach out to my own clients through education. You go and learn all about prostrate, learn all about erectile dysfunction, then find your own means of communicating it to your own client, different from how we're running our own. Because we are running our own according to our own capacities. As I'm speaking to you now, I designed my system. My wife is already designing her own system. She's designing her own funnel. She wants to go from lead to a voice note before the call. For us, we are going straight from lead to a lead form before the call. You can decide to go from lead straight to a WhatsApp DM to a WhatsApp group. Or you can go from lead straight to social media, text message, Facebook message, and then a call. Do you understand? What is common is that there's a system that makes people raise their hand that they are interested. That means lead. And there's a system that converts that lead for sales to happen. Now, how that system operates, take ownership based on what works for you. Now, let me give you practical action steps, assignment you will do to hone in these skills I just taught today. I'm rounding up now, okay? Step 1, take notes. Track your time for 7 days. I'm telling you what I did in my own time when I was at your stage. Track your time for 7 days. Identify hours you spent consuming and hours you spent creating. Can you imagine that iPhone did that in the iPhone, I think from 11 Pro Max up. It can show you how many hours you spent on social media. It's called productivity log. That is my own. I don't know if you can see it. My productivity log, the amount of time I spent, this today, 8th of June, okay? Productivity, can you see? I don't know if it's able to see. This is my productivity log. That's the graph, okay? Let me read it out. It's not clear. Let me read it out what it says. It says that today I spent 1 hour, 32 minutes. And then out of it, it shows me the various times. On social media now, productivity and finance took 20 minutes. Social media took 11 minutes. Utilities took 6 minutes. So out of the 1 hour and 32 minutes I spent on my various social media platforms on phone, the one I spent on social media, out of the total of is 36, 20 plus 11 is 31 plus that. Out of 37 minutes, I spent 20 minutes on productivity and finance. I didn't even go to my phone today. That means it's already built in. Anytime I'm teaching you, I'm doing it. That's the beauty of my training. I'm practical. Today, I spent today setting up. I told you I did interviews to bring in sales call representatives into our system. And I spent it also I had to send my international passport to Abuja for I'm billed to travel to Egypt end of this month. Okay, I want to go learn another system there. So to put my, I've gotten the note verbal. The embassy asked me to bring my passport for visa. I'm not going in person, so I sent it to them. So I spent today just doing more, so field work. But I don't pick up my phone. So even the time I picked up my phone, I was able to handle productivity and finance 20 minutes. Now utility 6 minutes. Now pick up your own phone. If you have such a phone, go and check your productivity log and see. You will see that you might be consuming more time on just socials instead of what pushes the needle or pushes the wheel. Okay? So you need to track your hours, right? And see how many hours you spend consuming and how many hours you spend creating. Next is step 2. Reduce your consumption by 30%. All right? Whatever it is, most of you, if you check this log I told you, you'll be consuming more. Like I told you, but I want you to move to a PDAF mindset. So reduce your consumption by 30%. 30% is good enough. Now, use that 30% of time you have reduced in your consumption to now learn sales. Sales is a skill. I'm teaching that skill in the Answer Business School. It's a skill set. Learn AI. My wife is teaching AI as well. As we speak now, she's created courses on that AI, how to generate content with AI. She's doing an AI course. Go and learn. It's very important. Or learn from anywhere you want to learn, no problem. Learn marketing. Marketing is a skill. Some of you are not yet doing well in Answer because you don't understand marketing. Marketing must be very good before sales can occur. Marketing is all the things you put together. Your social media content, lead generation, whatever, what do you call it, communication, everything, putting the product for people, those are all marketing before sales. If you do marketing well, sales become easier. If you mess up in marketing, sales become difficult. Then 4, learn business. Business is learned. The act of using money to make money is learned. It's not transferred genetically. As we speak now, I'm teaching my son David business, the one he can understand. I can be successful and he becomes a failure. I must transfer that skill to him. How can you transfer what you've not learned? Notice how children who were born into business homes become very good businessmen, whereas children who were born into civil service homes are bad at business. Not because they didn't learn, but because their parents were powerful civil servants. They were used to going to work and coming back, going through rank and file, learning the civil service system. They rose to director. But you cannot transfer director skill to your child. That's the challenge. You cannot transfer. You became a civil service, entered civil service, went to rank and file, became a chief. You cannot transfer being chief to your son or your child. No. Your child still has to enter civil service again and learn the system and come up. You can only advise. You can't transfer. But business skills can be transferred. Because once you are good at business, you can do any business. You can do telephone business, sewing business, whatever business, anything. You can create a business system around any product. So learn how businesses work. Learn the act of business. Okay? Now, step 3, create one piece of content daily. Why do I say so? For example, Facebook post, WhatsApp status, testimonial, health tip, business lesson, doesn't matter. Create one and post. Let it be original content. The beauty about once you start creating content, it means when you go on social media, you are observing and analyzing other contents, not just consuming content. You come in, you enter my frame. Because I create, I need to know what moves the market. So I go to learn and then come to create. Each time I learn from other content, I create better content. So I become a net producer instead of a net consumer. Do you understand now? Okay. Then step 4. These are assignments I'm giving you. These are assignments. Please, be noting them down. And you give me, you submit them in the various groups. Step, identify 10 problems people around you face. Why am I giving this assignment? I want to teach you to be conscious of your environment. I want you to be environmentally aware. Because people are rewarded according to the content of their awareness. You can be in a place and not be aware of the problem in your place. Some person who lives elsewhere becomes aware of the problem in your place and comes and delivers the solution and takes the money in your vicinity out. Do you understand? For example, Uber was aware of the problem, created a solution. Today, Uber is taking money from Nigeria all the way to abroad, wherever it is. That's how, if you have a solution, imagine if a Nigerian had created that solution for taxis, would have been here, would have made all the money here, and then be pulling money from US, from Australia, everywhere. Okay? So now, examples, lack of income. There's lack of income everywhere around Nigeria today. Everywhere you look around, lack of income. It's affecting everybody. Then various health issues. People are having, quality doctors have left Nigeria. The few that are available that know what they are doing are overwhelmed. So now people are shifting from curative medicine to preventive medicine. So if you're able to know what ailment prevails in your area and how best to prevent it and begin to create knowledge around it, it's already a solution you're providing, and wealth can flow towards you. Wealth in your area can gravitate towards you. People are having challenges with their weight. People are having challenges with their self-esteem. Some of those people you see who are going and are doing tummy talk, belly talk, cutting their nose, cutting their eyes, Brazilian butt, all those things, breast enlargement, this one, that one. They are insecure. They are not comfortable in their skin. They feel maybe God made a mistake in their body. So they want to better it. They want to now, but nobody tells them that once you start that journey, you will keep cutting and cutting and cutting forever. Sometimes you end up on that table. Because because the person has a fundamental problem. I'm not against those procedures. It's fine. After all, it gives money to us medical field. We love it. So cut even more. Brazilian boss is about 5 million. Some are doing even 14, 15 million. My fellow colleagues are taking the money. It's good. But the truth is that those people have a challenge, which is they seek validation from others. That means they're not comfortable in their skin. They need some other person to say they are fine before they know they are fine. So what happens? They come online, social media. Somebody talks about the breast. Hey, your breast is too small. Next thing, she goes to go and add more, add silicone. Another person says, okay, your breast is good though, but it's not as big as your body. You go and add more. You move from size C to size D. Suddenly you see yourself that the thing is now too big. Now there's a problem. You want to now reduce it. You know, someone says your makeup did something, your eye did something. You go and lift the eye here, lift the nose, everything. So you see, if you want to be okay with yourself, that's the danger you face on social media. There are trolls, that people who we keep talking about. Forget about what they say. Focus on your content you're delivering. See, even if I have one eye, I will come here comfortably and talk to with my one eye and tell you how my one eye sees more than you that have two eyes. Turn whatever it is they are throwing at you to your own favor and advantage. My teeth is not even white. My teeth is not white. I don't care. Your own is white, no problem. Your own is white. My own is browner than your own. We are fine. Good. Next chapter, we move. Okay, you are short. Okay. I'm taller than you, you're shorter than me. Same, let's be going. Tell the person, okay, I'm short, yes. But the height of a man is not measured from the neck to the foot. It's measured from here to here. With your height, let us go into knowledge and know who is better. I'm taller than you knowledge-wise. God is wonderful. No two fingers are the same. See, all these fingers are different. They have their purpose. No 2 feet are the same. God is great. Everybody has what God put in you that made you unique and better than the next person. So don't let people be the ones to validate you. Validate yourself. And that's why once you move any discussion to a point of knowledge, all those people disturbing you will go and hide. They will go and hide. The only way they will get you is if they manage to carry you into area of whose pancake is better than the other, who has more bone strength than the other. They want to push you into that where they will scatter you. But if you're able to drag them back into the area of knowledge, they will take off. Because one thing everybody respects is knowledge. Everybody, intellectuals, anywhere. They can places where intellectuals will enter, money bags will not enter it. That's how the world is. Okay? So I'm telling you this so you understand better. So work on this. Look at 10 problems around. Just be be problem aware. I'm not saying solve it here. Just be problem aware, first of all right? Lack of digital skills, write it down. Then write down possible solutions. Possible, I'm not saying the solution, possible solutions. I want to see how your minds are processing things. Like I told you, it's a practical thing that as you are doing it, gradually begin to become problem aware, solution aware. Someday, you'll be going one day, see a problem, solution clicks, you solve the problem, next thing you're a millionaire. That's how it starts. Okay? Then, assignment 5. Speak to 5 new people daily. Some of you are afraid to talk to people. You are introverts. Nobody will swallow you. Nobody will eat you. The worst, they will say no. That's the worst that can happen. The person will say no. Or the person will say, go away. That's all. They won't beat you. If they say no, you say, okay, no problem. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Even thank you for listening to me at all. Thank you for your time. They say, go away. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Have a nice day. Go. So when you learn to talk to people, you learn to handle objections. You build your confidence. You see somebody on the way, appreciate the person. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. People don't even greet again. Greeting helps relieve tension. See, anybody who greets and people respond, you see, you are moving on the way. I even greet those who are my junior. You know, this young age don't greet anybody. Don't greet adults. I know. As the person, I greet them. Hello, young man. How are you doing? Have a nice day. Hello. I greet. Other one, I greet. When you get you talk, people respond. You talk, people respond. You won't begin to have that feeling like you're nobody. The worst feeling I ever feel is coming into a place and I feel like I'm a nobody. No way. Not possible. I'm somebody. And people there will know I came. Not by being loud. But by the time I greet 4, 5 people, at least those 5 people looked at my face, looked at me and know that I came. That's all. I'm fine. I don't need to go to a microphone and speak. I don't need to be on the podium. Okay? So get used to it. That is you combining energies. Each time somebody, remember, God created the world created this world with the word of his mouth. That's energy. He spoke energy. Things happen. So each time you greet somebody, good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you today? My name is Somto. How are you? You shake the person. Thank you. Hope you had a nice day. How's everything going? The person responds, okay, have a nice day. You move on. Energies have communicated. The guy will be like, this guy looks strange. This guy looks square. This guy said my cap is good. You know, just thoughtful, that's all. Fine. All right. So with that, you begin to learn to build relationships. Next thing is listening. You come into a conversation, listen, be a good listener, because through listening, you can identify needs and that way find solutions. These are steps to take. Okay. So now down to the assignment, the one you will now physically submit. All right. Remember, we're going to do what we call the Builders Mindset Challenge. All right. I need you to complete the following before the next training. Task 1. Write down 5 things you consume daily and 5 things you create weekly. Just tell yourself the truth. Just write it down. Doesn't matter. Whether you're consuming more than you're creating, it doesn't matter. Just write 5 things you consume, 5 things you create. What do you consume? I go to Instagram. I listen to jokes a lot. I like Sabinus. I like, what's his name again? Okay, I go to YouTube as well. I like Macangel comedy. Put it there. Okay, I go to Spotify. I listen to music. I like whatever. What's his name again? Any musician you like, put down their name. You like Davido, Wizkid, write it there. I go to whatever, TikTok. So what do you consume? Put it there. Then what do you create weekly? If you create nothing, write it there. If you create something, write it there. I create reels, I create this, write it there. Just 5. Let's compare the quality of what you consume and what you create. Because what is not measured cannot be bettered on. Take note. These assignments are not to know who is first or last. It's meant to juggle your brain. Remember, I'm telling you practical things. Like I keep saying, I'm not a motivational speaker. I tell you what I did, what it takes to score. These are mental work to reset your brain. Okay? Then task 2, identify 10 problems people around you face and 10 possible solutions. I've said that before, but just repeating them so you can just write them down and do them. Then task 3 is just create and post 1 Facebook post, 1 WhatsApp status, 1 short video, teaching something valuable. Anything of value. Just even if you just want 30 seconds teaching, just teach. I want people to conquer this fright of presentation. Some of you can present. Some of you need me to talk to your clients for you. You need me to do a short video for you. You need me to say things, do a short audio for you. You can do these things. You just need to be confident in yourself. Okay? So just teach something, no matter how small, is a good start. Just start. Right? Then, assignment 4, read for 20 minutes daily for the next 7 days. Just 20 minutes, not 1 hour, not 30 minutes, not 2 hours, just 20 minutes. Doesn't matter. It can be a newspaper, it can be a magazine, it can be a book, whatever it is you take joy in reading, just start. The essence is to teach the brain how to use the eyesight to pick up written words, convert them to images, and store in your subconscious mind. Then after reading 20 minutes, the following day, try to recall what you read the previous day before you continue reading the next day. That means you've learned how to take images take words into your brain and store as images, and learned how to pull them out again. Okay? Now, some of you have been doing this, but you've not been doing it intentionally. I'm doing this now. I want you to do this now just to improve your ability to see opportunities, see problems, and create solutions. All right? Then, task 5, write your answer to this question. I'm going to share a question with you now. I want you to write your answer in your own thoughts, your own processes. What this answer shows me is your thought processes. If I stopped consuming and start building consistently for the next 5 years, what kind of person would I become? I repeat, just ask yourself this question. If I stopped consuming and then start building consistently for the next 5 years, what kind of person could I become? Now put that avatar. When you answer that question, that becomes the avatar you are looking forward to, who you are becoming. So that as we are doing these exercises, you are seeing yourself getting to that person you want to be. Do you get? That's it. All right. So to round up, already gone past 2 hours, right? Yes. The future does not belong to the most talented. You must take note of that. It belongs to the builders. It is builders that build empires, that recreate the world, that change things. It is builders that get remembered. Consumers get forgotten. All right? So people who create value, people who solve problems, people who take responsibility, the people who build systems, they are the ones that get rewarded with the wealth of the world. All right? So stop waiting for opportunities. Become that person who creates it. When you become a builder and become a creator, opportunity does not come but once. Opportunity come as you create them. I can enter, if I enter Egypt now, I can create many opportunities there. So by virtue of who I have become. You enter anywhere, you create opportunities. Just by looking around. All right? So become that person who creates it and stop thinking like a consumer. Start thinking like a builder. Because builders don't merely earn money. Builders create wealth. All right? Let me stop it at this point. I think we've done a lot today. All right? And I want to start having your questions now. If you have questions, please drop it in the question section. I'll answer them. Let me just take questions for the next 15 minutes and we'll call it a day. You guys can go and rest. And that's week 1 of the moving you from survival to significance. Okay? Please remember, take note of those assignments. Just do them. They're going to help your brain. And I will keep coming every Monday unless I travel out and I don't have access to internet. Okay? But once I have access to internet, wherever I am, I'll come online and I will teach you. And if you are following me in what I'm doing, you are doing the assignments I give you, mark my words. 1 year from now, you guys will come to me with systems you have created, as the solutions you've put together. Okay? That's it. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Chimere says, thank you very much, sir, for this great training. This is the bomb. Thank you. Okay, I should roll out the assignment again. Okay, let me go back to the assignments again. I will take them again from assignment 1. Assignment 1, remember, we are on the builder's mindset challenge. Okay. First is complete the following. The way I'll read it out to you. Step one is write down 5 things you consume daily and 5 things you create weekly. Okay. So put a line, 5 things I consume daily, 5 things I create weekly. Remember, the essence of this particular assignment is to see if your consumption outweighs your creativity. If it does, you cannot make money in that way. You need to let your creativity outweigh your consumption on the social media space. All right? So you're trying to juggle now. Then we say if your consumption outweighs your creativity, then drop the consumption by 30% and use that time to now transfer to skills and personal or self-development. That's for those of you who will say you don't have time, you are too busy. That's how to start creating that time. Like I just showed you my own screen, my phone screen, where I showed you the little time I spent on social media. 20 minutes was already on productivity and finance. The system knows what I'm looking at. So it means I'm even training myself. I'm even, I'm picking up to create, not to consume. And that's what will help you. Now, task 2 is to identify 10 problems. I want you to be problem aware. So anywhere you come into, like if I travel to Egypt, for example, once I sit in a hotel or anywhere we go to, my eye is just trained to scan and notice any problem, notice any gap in service, gap in delivery, gap in presentation, gap. I must see some gaps. When I see those gaps, my mind begins to tell me, okay, what solutions that I can create something out of it. Okay, so identify problems people around you face and then write out 10 possible solutions. Even in your area, if the gutter is smelling, is a problem, then what's the solution? Just think around it. Don't go and solve it, just think around it. If your area noise is a problem, what's the solution? Just find out problem people face in your area. Okay, just write out 10 and write out 10 possible solutions. You will see that even trying to find out that 10 is a challenge. 10 looks simple. Try to find out 10 problems people around your area face. Serious problems. So you will see your brain will be juggling and working. Then task 3 is to create and post. 1 Facebook post, 1 WhatsApp status post, then 1 Instagram post. You can do either Facebook or Instagram, is the same, anyone, and then 1 short video. Even if it's 30 minutes video teaching something of value, doesn't matter what it is. Like today, Juliana did a short video I saw on how to run registration or so. I can't remember again. I didn't watch it in full, but I'll go back and watch it. It's a short video, it's something. Okay? Teaching something. Very nice. And you can see, she saw a problem. People have been asking me for video on registration. I told them I didn't do it because I didn't see it as a difficult task. But I think she has seen the problem and she has moved to solve it and she has done a video about it. And I saw that video posted on the group. But because I was primed for this training, I didn't watch it throughout. But I know it started with her saying something. That's what I mean by doing a video teaching something. So once you become somebody that is problem aware and you become a solution provider, anywhere you find yourself, you'll be providing solutions. Nobody needs to ask you to do it. You on your own, you will do it. Okay, so I want you to now imbibe it now. It becomes part of you. All right. Then task 4 was fourth assignment was to read for 20 minutes every day for the next 7 days. Now take note. The assignment is anything you want to read about, but that is something that can last you. So you read 20 minutes today, internalize it. Tomorrow you come to read 20 minutes, try and recall what you read the previous day without going back to read it. Just try and recall. Build on it and start reading that day's own. Then the 3rd day, try and recall what you read on day 1 and day 2. And then read day 3. On day 4, try as much as you can. Even if you couldn't recall day 1 and 2, record 3 and 4 is an exercise. Gradually your brain begins to take note of how it's teaching you how to pull file from your subconscious. I'm telling you what it's teaching you because that's what happens to me. Some things happen to me. Some things I meet a problem today and my brain is able to pull a solution from 4 years ago. Something I came across 4 years ago. My wife says I have a magnetic brain. In fact, she's scared of me when it comes to that aspect. She says my husband never forgets. But it's not I don't forget, but just that I'm able to send things into my subconscious as a file and leave it there. Then whenever that situation comes up anywhere, my subconscious pulls it to my conscious mind. Automatically, I will tell you, I have seen this before. This is not how it is. This, I'll just close my eyes like this. It begins to pull it. I begin to tell you. I don't know. It's something I train myself to do. God is wonderful. The way He created the human mind, that mind is something else. Do you know that we're only able to harness just 1 or 2% of our mind in our whole life? Imagine if man could harness up to 9, 10% or 15% of our brain and mind power. Okay? So take note, this exercise is meant to get your mind, getting your mind to link up with your subconscious, so that you consciously put fire in your subconscious and subconsciously pull it back to the conscious mind when the time is right. The time will come when it becomes automatic for you. Okay? So that's the essence of that task. So just keep trying. Over time, you get good at it. You start knowing how to send files in and put it up subconsciously. Then task 5 is write your answer to this question. I give a question, which is, ask yourself, if I stopped consuming and started building consistently for the next 5 years, because in every 5 years, a man can change into something else. That means if you are an illiterate, in the next 5 years, you can go from primary 1 to primary 5 to become literate. If you're not in secondary school, you can go from JS1 to SS2 in 5 years. You become a literate person. If you not go to university, you can go from not knowing, having a degree, to having a degree in 5 years. If it's master's, if it's PhD, you can go from not having one to having one in 5 years. Even pilot, you can go from being somebody walking on the street, just walking on the street, from year 1 to you can become a pilot in 5 years. Pilot training school is 5 years. So you can go from not having knowledge of a plane to flying a plane in 5 years. You can go from being a total dunce in business to being a business mogul in 5 years. In 5 years, any man, any woman can change his life. I don't care what you are today. In 5 years, you can go from being broke to being the one giving money to your whole village and community in 5 years. Okay? So that's what this particular assignment is meant to juggle your brain. What do you want to see as yourself in the next 5 years? If you keep building consistently. So write it down and let that become your avatar. Avatar means, this is you now, this is you in 5 years. Then start building consistently towards that person. And you'll be that person in 5 years. Or even less. Okay? So that's the 5 assignments I've given you to work on. And then begin to give me results, give me the answers. Post the answers in your various groups, in the exclusive group, just post it. And then when people post their various answer, others should critique, share idea, share knowledge, share what got you, what the person says. Share your own too as well. We're a community. Let's sharpen ourselves. I too, I will come, my wife will also come and look at what you are saying. I will come and look at what you are saying. Let discussions be going on and let's be improving ourselves. Okay? So let me go through the messages I see here. Okay, Lydia say you're right, sir. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you very much, Lydia. I appreciate it. Okay. Yes, thank you, Chimere Modeling. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Juliana, okay, I'm giving the assignment again. Bridget Omenogo. Thank you so much. Onu Ann. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ann. Ann, I will give you the very best, okay? For the next 1 year with you guys. I'm going to give you like top-notch training that people go to business schools, pay for because business school, and they still don't get it. Some people ask why prostrate is not written on the pack. It's sitting on the pack. You will see folkloric cues is there. I wish I had a pack with me here. Go and check the answer pack. You will see where it says folkloric use on top of direction. You will see it there. Then if you come there, you see where it says inhibits both cancer. You will see postrate there. Postrate enlargement is there. People should read. And answer, and Lydia, please read that pack very well. You should show them. You should be showing them where it is. Chimere says, my question, sir, is whenever I listen to your teachings, I'm gingered to start immediately. But so many things take up my time, and it's becoming very difficult to do everything within my day. My day is usually short because of work, crypto, and training. So how do I close up this gap to create time to build myself based on your training? All right, this is a very important question. Very important question. Now, you need to now do what we call a scale of preference. It's called scale of preference, where you prioritize. Now, for everything, ask yourself, for each activity you do on your own, what is the time value for that activity? Those that don't actually push the needle to where you're headed, delegate. In fact, do only the one. For example, like now you said you're ginger to do too many things. It's complicated to do everything within the day. My day is usually short because of work. Okay, so work is one thing. That means your work is from most likely 8 to 5. Now let me shock you. In 24 hours, if you take, I'm doing a practical answer for you now. In 24 hours, you have 24 hours. Your work takes 8 hours. And a normal adult needs only between 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day. Medically, 8 hours. But no adult sleeps 8 hours these days. Nigeria is such that people just sleep 6 hours. But all you need that God gave you to sleep is 8 hours. So you have an extra 8 hours in every 24 hours. And that 8 hours, you decide how you want to run it. Like for me, those who know me know that I come to social media 1 hour in every 24 hours. That means I do 30 minutes in the morning, I do 30 minutes at night. That's why if you send me a WhatsApp message in the morning, most times I read it much later. Like I told you guys, I told people I entered 2 times, right? So it is programmed. Like I showed you, my phone already even knows how many hours I spent. My phone now tells me I spent only 36 minutes on social media today, and 36 minutes, 20 minutes was on productivity. So that's a programming. Okay? So in that 8 hours you have, you can say, okay, you spend 2 hours on your family, or you can even, if you now sleep 6 hours, you can cut another 2 hours from your 8 hours and join, making it 10 hours for you. So you can now program yourself. You come back from work, take care of family, cook the meal, right? Do what you need to do in 3 hours. Attend to your husband, whoever, whatever, plan it, 4 hours, good. You still have another 6 hours. Tell yourself, when in crypto, takes 2 hours. Fine. My own training takes another 2 hours. Then there are 2 hours, and I train just once in a week. That's Monday. Monday from 8 to about 10:30. Okay? And whatever assignment I give you, you have up to next Monday. That means you have 6 days to do it. So if you apportion 1 hour out of the 10 hours I told you have now, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 1 hour times these 6 days is 6 hours for you to implement anything I taught you. For example, I just said I said something about greeting people. Talk to 5 people in a day. That 5 people you can talk to them inside your break period. You go to work by 8, between 1 and 2, you have a break time. You can talk to 5 people in your canteen where you go to eat. You can talk to people at the bus stop. It doesn't matter. So these things are spread apart. The one I told you to locate problem around you. You can locate them on your way to work. You can locate them on your way back from work. You can locate them while in the church. It mustn't be. So one thing that your eye is looking out for problems, looking out for things that shouldn't be where they are. You can locate it on your way to drop your children in school. I said people around you, not even just in your house, anywhere. So most things I tell you are things you can do on the move. You want on social media, you can do social media first in the morning or last that night. So just know you have 10 hours out of 24 hours. You work 8 hours giving, of which there's 1 hour for break. I didn't count when you go to work. I checked from 8 to 1 and then from 2 to 5. So you go to work by 1 and close by 5, that you have 1 hour free inside that 8 hours. But if you close by 4, then let's say you now have 8 hours. But if you close by 5, it means you have 1 hour in between, right? When you go back home, if you sleep for 8 hours, you have 8 hours. If you sleep for 6 hours, you have 10 hours. So my question to you now is, if you're working on an 8-hour free cycle every 24 hours, 8 times 7, that's 56 hours. I know you never thought of that. 56 hours to share between crypto, my trainings, your close-up, your building yourself based on trainings. That's 56 hours every week. Multiply it by 52 weeks in a year. That's 2,912 hours. That's a whole lot of time. Then if you're working on a 10-hour space, maybe you sleep for 6 hours, like I sleep for 6 hours. So let's say on a 10 hours times 7 is 70 hours. So you have a time management issue, not that you don't have enough time. Everybody has enough time. What we have is time management. That means managing yourself. You know, you can't manage time. You can only manage yourself with respect to time. So, Chimere, so I would say is now work on how to manage yourself better with respect to time. Now you know you have 8 to 10 hours every day, which you can divide across what you do. Then again, the aspect of delegation. If, for example, I told you something, how you check your time. If, for example, you earn a salary of, let's say, 250,000, upper echelon, you are managerial staff, you earn like 500,000 naira a month, right? And then let's look at what you are worth per hour in the first 8 hours. So you go to work for 8 hours. So 8 times 5 working days in a month is 40 hours. All right. So if you divide 500 divided by 40 hours, means you are worth 12,500 naira per hour in your working hours. Now, if you transfer, so that means you are worth 500,000 in the first 8 hours of every day of 5 days in the week. Now, if you want to double your productivity by transferring that worth to the second 8 hours, aside the one you are sleeping, it means that for every hour, you should ask yourself, that thing you are doing, is it going to generate 12,500 for you or save you from 12,500? That means that's how I analyze my time. That means you want to wash clothes, right? In one of the hours. Now that cloth you are washing, is it saving you 12,500? If it's not saving 12,500, by all means, take that cloth to the laundry. The laundry man should do it, not you doing it. Or is it earning you 12,500 for that hour? If it's not, then please employ a house help. Push that work to the house help to do. And then pay the house help what is due. What you even spend less. Your house help can be earning, say, 80,000 naira per month. Divide your house help works, let's say, 12 hours every 24 hours times 7 days a week. That's 84 hours per week, right? Times 4. Your house help works 336 hours a month. So 80,000 divided by 336 hours. Divided by 336 hours. So your house help is worth 238 naira per hour. If you have a house help, you are paying 80,000 naira a month. That house help is worth 238 naira per hour. So why not push your work? That same hour is worth 12,500 for you. But the hour is worth 238 for the house help. So why not push that task that will consume an hour worth 12,500 to the person whose hour is worth 238? Then use your own hour to create more value. Do you understand? That's I told you this, because that's why I have a driver, I have a cook, I have a house. Because driving a car, I'm traveling to Anambra, for example, I will spend 2 hours on the road, driving, thinking. That 2 hours, my 2 hours is worth more than my driver is earning 80,000 naira a month. His hour is worth 238. Let him do the driving and think on that one. Why my own hour is worth 100 and something, 200 something thousand? I can't spend that 2 hours driving. So let the driver drive while I think and make productive use of that time. So some of you need to reassess what you use your time. You might think employing a house help is expensive, employing two is expensive. But what is more expensive is you doing it yourself. When you can use that time in your head to do something more productive. Okay? So that's why I got aspect of delegation. Even in your office, some work you do in your office shouldn't be done by you. Some of you are directors. You're a director. You want to do the work of the chief, do the work of the level 7, level 6, level 5, because they're looking for peanuts. If I put more work to them, use your head and do greater things. As in, even build them to replace you. Build them. Your fear is that if they know too much, they will replace you. Forget that. Keep them busy. Notice how doctors, consultants, is the resident officers and house officers are doing the main work. Consultants are just moving around, taking only the most difficult task, freeing themselves for bigger works. Same thing, professors. Professors leave the main work. Professors don't mark their scripts. They give their script to lecturer 1, lecturer 2, sometimes graduate assistants, as in those or PhD to mark. They don't have that kind of time. They now come in at the level of imparting knowledge. They are there. At the level of field experience, they are there. But marking assignments is not what they push it to. Let the other younger ones learn how to mark assignment and grade. Do you understand? They now handle more difficulty. They groom themselves to become vice chancellors, to become commissioners, to become governor. They groom themselves for bigger things. Why they allow because they check what their time is worth. Okay? So please learn to delegate. Don't do everything yourself, so you can improve the quality of what you handle. Okay? All right. Let me see what else again is here. Clara, we're always grateful. Thank you once again. Thank you, Clara Izimora. Clara, welcome on board the affiliate system. Chimere says, I don't even sleep up to 5 hours. You see? So you don't even sleep. That means you have more. So you need to manage your time more now. And then focus on what it takes to score for you. And then move the less important. Every task is important, but move the ones that you don't need off. Let others handle it while you handle more important tasks. Elizabeth, thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. Lydia, as I'm heavy now, it's very difficult for me to sleep. Just 8 hours because I'm very busy during the day. Oh, Lydia, okay. God is your strength, eh? Keep moving. Everything will be fine, okay? You see, the more you're able to do now, you are heavy. When you now become light again, when you've come down the mountain, you do even times 2, times 3, times 10, okay? That's the beauty of it. KZPia. Thank you very much. KZPia, thank you very much, okay? All right. Chemere, yes, she has made, you see, I like what Chemere has done. She has made an affirmation, a commitment. Thank you very much, sir. I'm going to make an effort to start managing my time, like you said. So it's not managing your time. You can't manage time. You make effort to manage yourself with respect to time. Okay? Nobody can manage time. Time keeps going. Whether you like it or not, time just keeps going. As the clock is ticking, it's going. You can't manage time. It just keeps ticking. So you manage yourself with respect to time better. Okay? All right. It just for you to understand. It's a psychological play. All right. Once you understand it this way, you manage yourself better. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. The same time next Monday. Okay, next Monday. I won't be available next Monday. Sorry. So the next Monday's teaching will be on Tuesday. Remember, I'm traveling to Anambra and I'll be going for an all-night program. It's a sales convention. I'm going to work all night, day and night. So I'll be able to broadcast from there. So let's say Tuesday evening we do with 2 training. This training is continuous for the next 2 weeks. I'll building on what I taught now. Next one I'll build on it. We keep going until we get to where we're headed. Yeah? All right. Thank you, everyone. It's time to go to bed, okay? few words, everybody. Thank you very much. Okay, and you all have a wonderful night rest. Bye bye.